Hey guys, Thomas Jr. here, aka Mustached Tom, and welcome to my very first video game review for Chariot. So, this is a game I picked up and played I think halfway through. So, I didn't complete the game, but I got enough to understand what this game was all about. And even though this is my first video game review, I don't know how many more I'll be able to do these just because of the lack of equipment I have, and being able to do this on my own. So I don't know how many more of these I'll be able to do, but if there's ever a chance, if there's a game on PC that will be available to play, I might start doing more of those types of reviews if that chance does come along. But anyways, this is a platforming adventure game that is also co-op. So I picked this up and I played it, and it is very fun and challenging. Uh, the story is pretty basic. You're taking this king in the chariot who's this dead king. You either play as a princess or her fiance, or playing together, like I said, in the co-op. You're carrying him via chains or pushing him, and throughout the journey, there are more and more obstacles that come, like these life paths or these death paths that only he can travel through, and only you can travel through the life paths. And more mechanics like this are added as the game progresses. And through that, there's also these upgrades that you need to obtain through scrolls. Once you get enough scrolls, the upgrade will be unlocked, and you'll be able to progress through certain areas that otherwise, if you don't, you'll probably just keep it dying, because there's no other way to get across. So, and in that sense, I can kind of see that this game, it has a very, I don't know how to put it, but you kind of have to go through the level, I guess, or either that, or you kind of have to expect to just know to pick up the scrolls. There's no indication other than you actually get to that point and you realize now you have to go back, which can sort of, I guess, make some players mad. I'm not completely sure. I was a bit bummed out by it myself. But other than that, the game is pretty well done. The music is great. I did notice that very few times where the music either just kind of drops or the sound kind of drops, but those are very minor. Music's very soothing and fast paced when it needs to be in all the right places. So I got up to the lava area of this, and I didn't know what was past that, but the king is refusing to settle down in any of these tombs as you sort of make your way through the game, either by yourself or with another player. And most of the challenges come from the obstacles, and most of them it does take a bit to get used to. I actually do like that the game doesn't really tell you too much. It kind of just lets you go, oh, I made a mistake here. I have to go back and see if I can maybe pick up a scroll or something. It kind of does work both ways. It's a double-edged sword. So if players don't mind going back, I can see how that really works for them. And there are points where you do go back and a new area is opened up within the same area, if that makes any sense. These maps are pretty big, and just a lot of like pushing and pulling the cart in different and unique ways, going up slopes and angles. It's a very interesting platformer, and I do want to thank the person who allowed me to get this. Her name is Deanna from Movie Pilot, so thank you for doing that, for allowing me the opportunity to even get a handle on this game. And I think that about covers everything that I wanted to say. I mean, either that or I'm completely spacing out on what else there is to talk about. But there are monsters. Oh yes, there are monsters, and when you make sound, they do come and they'll try to steal the gold that you have been obtaining. And the gold is used to purchase the items that you have unlocked. So be mindful that the monsters will also progressively get bigger and bigger as you go on in the game, and they will take more gold as you try to progress. So the attack system, I should say, is pretty simple. You can just keep spamming the button, and sometimes they just swarm you. So be prepared to for that situation. And with that said, I think that about is everything else I could think of. All in all, I gave this game a 9 out of 10 for the type of game it is. I think it's an excellent platformer, and with the slight, you know, little bugs here and there, and the sometimes going back when you don't really know. I think those are the only things that really held this game back from being a top-notch platformer, but it is definitely still really up there in that category. So if you really want to play a platformer or play co-op with one of your friends, definitely pick up this game and check it out. So with that being said, this has been Thomas Jr., aka Mustached Tom, and I'll see you guys next time.